Tonight on News 5 Live, an armed attack on Moscow Street. A gunman unleashes a torrent of rounds into a Range Rover, injuring 2 persons. Santander says it wants in on the local sugar market amid the scarcity of plantation white sugar. The Ministry of Agriculture responds. And Artisan Alley is inaugurated in the Fort George Tourism Zone. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. They carry a vast array of products at unbeatable prices. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at the V. Conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
Ignite the innovator in you with Dell. Cellular World is an authorized partner for Dell Technologies. Whether you're looking for equipment for personal use or to transform your business, Dell Technologies can provide you with the right equipment to suit your needs. Dell is more than just desktop computers and laptops. The full line also includes monitors, data storage solutions, keyboards, docking stations, and other accessories. This is technology that makes it possible and provides solutions for every situation. Shop for your Dell products at Cellular World, your #1 Dell authorized partner in Belize, and get all the technology you want for less. Bring your brightest ideas to life with intelligent technology. Cellular World, authorized Dell partner.
If we all don't come together and work together to change the bigger climate picture, these efforts will be in vain.
It's right there.
I believe that we have something special that is also a secret right now, which is unexplored, undiscovered.
I've been with the sugar fishermen all morning, catching lobster and conch, and then we realized it's time for lunch. And man, it's gonna be good. I think they deserve it.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, January 18th. I am Sabrina Daly. 3 Belize City residents are lucky to be alive tonight after a gunman opened fire at their vehicle on Maskell Street. And if that street sounds familiar, the last time we visited the area was to cover the Christmas Eve murder of Darnell Puerto and the shooting of his friend Jevon Ramclam. Last night's attempted murder happened just outside of the residence where Puerto was killed. As many as 25 gunshots were heard by a passenger in the vehicle. 2 of them were injured in the shooting. Fortunately, quick thinking and speed led to the preservation of their lives. News 5's Paul Lopez was on the ground today. He spoke with one of the survivors. Here's that report.
On Wednesday night, 27-year-old Sherrick MacDonald, 40-year-old Shanda Konarky, and 35-year-old Ashanti Pakeman were in a red Range Rover Sport SUV driving along Maskell Street off Niels Penn Road when a gunman opened fire towards the vehicle.
It's like a nightmare come to reality. Like, I just try put it together, like what happened, how it happened, what make it happen, and just like can't bring everything.
Pakeman, a primary school teacher and a mother of 2, was sitting in the back seat of the vehicle behind the front passenger seat. When the shots rang off, she took cover between the front passenger seat and the back seat. She was injured twice in the left leg while lying low.
I couldn't get my leg down in time. And when I feel the first shot gone in my body and I ball out, I get shot. And right after that, I get shot again. And the shot would not stop. I try to open the back door. I say, if I open the back door and I come out, I say, and I think I come out for this one, so I close back the back door.
Sherrick MacDonald, the driver of the SUV, was reportedly hit to the left shoulder. Konarky escaped without injuries. Pakeman says that they were on their way to purchase food. MacDonald had to take a detour onto Maskell Street because of ongoing works on Niels Penn Road. When the vehicle drove onto the street, a group of men were standing at this corner. The men quickly dispersed, except for one, the gunman that waited for the SUV to reach within firing range.
Even after I don't get shot and everything, I don't get treatment, and I try to drop asleep, that just like it just replay over and over and over in my head. I don't know how to explain it. Pain, I don't know, like I had sis and I had baby pain before, but this pain I can't explain. It's worse than baby pain.
Police processed the scene and they discovered several 9mm expended shells. Investigators have also identified one suspect in connection with this shooting. A clear motive, however, is yet to be established. Authorities are now calling for any potential witnesses with the information to come forward. But for this mother of 2 teenage boys, she is simply grateful to have survived the traumatic ordeal.
Thank you, Lord. God is good. Only by the grace of God, He has a purpose for me and I'll complete it yet.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A teenager is left hospitalized after being stabbed last night in Ladyville. According to police reports, around 3:30 p.m., a 16-year-old male and his friends were on their way home from school when they encountered a 17-year-old male on Mirage Road. The youth allegedly got into an argument that quickly escalated and turned violent after the older teenager procured a knife and proceeded to stab the other minor twice, once to the left of his upper back and lower back. The injured minor was then transported by his friends to the KHMH for treatment while the perpetrator made good his escape. While police have canvassed the area for further information, no surveillance footage was available of the crime scene. The identity of the alleged assailant is known, however. Police are still investigating the incident. 30-year-old Ignatius Williams has been sentenced to 8 years and 3 months at the Belize Central Prison after being convicted of the rape of a woman back in August 2019. On Wednesday evening, Justice Candice Nanton delivered a sentence after Williams pleaded guilty to rape and sparing the victim from having to testify against him in December 2023. Williams was initially sentenced to 14 years in prison, or the equivalent of 168 months. The High Court judge subsequently deducted 56 months because Williams pleaded guilty to the offense and saved the court from going through a complete trial. Justice Nanton then deducted another 13 months for the time that Williams has spent on remand, leaving him with 99 months or a little over 8 years behind bars. On August 17, 2019, Williams carried out an aggravated burglary when he entered the home of a woman, placed a knife to her neck, took her into a bedroom, and proceeded to have sexual intercourse with her against her will. Kenneth Big Tom Flowers has been convicted for possession of a pipe used for smoking crack cocaine. The well-known street figure appeared unrepresented in the magistrate's court earlier today, where he was read a single charge of possession of a pipe. Flowers wasted no time and pleaded guilty to the offense. A non-custodial sentence in the form of a $300 fine was imposed upon Flowers, who has been given until April 15th to pay the charge. On Wednesday, police in Lake Independence were doing a routine patrol on Oleander Street when they came across Flowers riding a bicycle. The officers stopped him and conducted a search of his person. And during the frisk, the officers discovered a metal pipe measuring 2.5 inches in length. He was grasping the pipe while having his hands over his head. Coming up, Santander Sugar says it's ready to enter local market. We'll have more details when we come back.
When Briceño was seeking power, everybody was supposed to win. But since he became prime minister, even his own people in the north, the Cañeros, have been betrayed.
Desde que va, viene elecciones, lo primero que dicen, ponen primero a los Cañeros. Y después cuando ya ganaron, ¿y qué pasó? Nos dan a pasar atrás y acabó.
We are not so happy with the attitude of our prime minister, because when he was in opposition, he was there out campaigning that when he comes to become our prime minister, that he will make things better for our farmers, and that he, in the first 100 days of his government, that he will institute a marketing committee that will be looking forward into the marketing of our sugar. And we have reached 3 years and nothing like that has happened. And we believe, as Kin farmers, that being him the prime minister of this nation, that he can do much better than what he is doing at this point in time.
No quiero que sean como Mr. John. Él prometió tantas cosas para nosotros y no ha cumplido nada. Si ustedes van a venir a dar sus palabras, ve que lo cumplan.
Elections are here again. Don't let him fool you this time. Our country needs new leadership. The time is now.
Desde las áreas urbanas hasta las comunidades rurales, la conexión importa. El acceso a Internet es crucial para continuar el desarrollo social y económico. Es por eso que Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional, continúa invirtiendo millones de dólares para expandir sus redes de telefonía móvil y fibra óptica en todo Belice. Miles de usuarios móviles y viviendas, especialmente a lo largo de las carreteras y en comunidades rurales, ahora disfrutan de los beneficios de la infraestructura resiliente de Digi. Nuestra telecomunicación nacional continúa liderando la transformación digital a través de su tecnología avanzada y compromiso a la excelencia. Con DigiWallet, beliceños en áreas urbanas y rurales tienen acceso fácil y seguro a una amplia variedad de servicios financieros a través de sus dispositivos móviles. Y con el reciente lanzamiento de DigiTV, nuestra telecomunicación nacional se ha convertido en el único proveedor de servicios de reproducción cuádruple en Belice. Clientes ahora pueden ahorrar con nuestros paquetes DigiOne que ofrecen internet residencial, servicios móviles, teléfono residencial y servicios DigiTV convenientemente en un solo lugar. Digi permanece comprometido en brindar acceso a servicios de alta calidad, confiables y accesibles y crear oportunidades para un mejor futuro. Forme parte de la transformación y viva la conectividad como nunca antes. Porque con Digi, la conexión importa.
The UDP continues to insist that John Saldivar is corrupt. They didn't want any part of him back then, and they don't want him around now.
Testimony given in the trial by one Jacob Kingston has proved, to say the least, explosive. Kingston incriminated Minister John Saldivar in particular and produced text messages in support of his evidence relating to the allegations he made against Minister Saldivar.
I totally abhor endemic corruption.
I was one of the people that asked him to step down, John Saldivar, and needs to move on as candidate for Belmopan.
Even the US has accused Saldivar of corruption and took away his visa. A vote for the UDP in Belmopan is a vote for John Saldivar. Why would anybody vote for John Saldivar? In March, vote 7 blue down the line. Stay on track with the PUP.
Santander wants in on the domestic sugar market following the recent scarcity of plantation white sugar due to rampant contrabanding of this commodity into neighboring Mexico and Guatemala. In a press release issued by the company earlier today, it acknowledged that, quote, the decreased availability of sugar in our local market is a problem that Santander Sugar Group can provide an almost immediate solution to. We have started our 2024 harvesting season without a hitch and will be producing the types of sugar as dictated by the demands of the market, end quote. This is in reference to a recent announcement by ASR BSI that it was considering the importation of refined sugar from the United States to compensate for the dearth on the local market. Santander's release goes on to say, quote, Santander Sugar Group's analysis of the present situation has led to the conclusion that there is no need for the importation of refined sugar, as the existing gap can be filled by the sugar produced right here by Santander, end quote. Earlier today, News 5 spoke by phone with Beverly Burke, the public relations manager at Santander Sugar.
Santander Sugar Group's position is a simple one, in that we do believe that it is a gap that we can lend an immediate solution to. Is that being the case, we do feel that an official conversation is necessary so that we can iron out the way forward. It's a commodity that's utilized by every household in this country. Therefore, it is of great importance. We feel that Belize, being the largest producing country of sugar in the Caribbean, we should never be faced with a situation of this nature.
In respect to the license or the agreement for Santander Sugar Group, would there be perhaps some kind of an application being made by the company to have government grant permission for you to sell on the local market?
Santander Sugar Group operates under the designated processing area, which is the DPA, former the EPC, which was the export processing zone. In becoming WTO compliant, Belize had to make changes to the incentives being offered to investors. When Santander came to Belize and decided that they wanted to make Belize their home, they wanted to establish something solid here in Belize, it was under those terms. When Belize made their changes, we felt it would have been an even playing field. However, we are still subjected to Supplies Control Board, which simply means that the only way Santander can sell its sugar is through an application.
According to Burke, Santander writes to the government of Belize annually, requesting permission to enter the domestic market. The PR manager went on to say that Belize, as the largest sugar producer in the Caribbean, should never run out of sugar for local consumption.
On an annual basis, I write the authorities asking consideration for us to be able to sell in the local market. Supplies Control Board's position is that there is no need for sugar, so therefore we are not allowed. That's been the general response all the time. As things have changed, and I think last year is the perfect example of the way things are shifting, what we are now saying is that Belize should never be faced with a gap. As the largest producers in the Caribbean, we can look at a situation where that earmarked sugar for Belize remains in Belize. Now, granted, we're not saying we want 50% of the market, but we are saying give some consideration to the fact that this Belize company exists. This Belize country is producing this commodity right here, homegrown, and we are faced with a situation where we are importing sugar, where we're paying a much higher price for a commodity that we're not really used to using. Refined sugar is a completely different sugar than that which is manufactured here in Belize. So we're saying officially, let's go to the table. Let's sit down and have this conversation where Santander can ensure that that gap is satisfied with our own locally grown and produced sugar.
As we reported, the scarcity of particularly white sugar just prior to the Christmas holidays forced the government to issue a permit to ASR-BSI to import sugar into the country to meet the demands. The problem arose out of the illegal contraband trade of sugar to neighboring countries. When we met with him today, News 5 asked the Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, whether there is any consideration for the country's other sugar producer, Santander, to supply the local market with white sugar.
They operate under what we used to call a DPA, Designated Processing Zone, which was first an EPZ. Under that status, they are not allowed to sell sugar locally. However, I believe, and I do not know the exact clause, but if there is a need to do so, I think the government can. I'm not certain. But as it is right now, that status that they have do not allow them to sell local sugar on the market. The shortage of white sugar was only for the Christmas season because there was a higher demand during Christmas season for cake making. We have surpassed that now. The crop has begun, sugar is being produced, and so there's no more need for that.
Earlier this month, Santander began harvesting sugar at the start of the 2024 crop. Unlike in the north, things went rather smoothly. The company shares its expectations for a productive season and is once again asking government to consider it as one of two major producers that can supply the local market with white and brown sugar.
We have started our season on the 8th of January. We're very excited about that. The outlook for this season is pretty good. And we do feel that if indeed Santander will be called upon to supply in the local market, let's sit down and have that discussion now. It's a traded commodity, and therefore sugar is pre-sold. If I'm being asked to supply in the local market September, October, November, December, we will see exactly the same situation as we did last year. Because if there is sugar in a warehouse, something is wrong. From before we start producing, that sugar is sold. We are still in a very good position where we can have some conversations regarding securing some sugars for the local market, and that is why we're saying that we are prepared to have that conversation now. And I do hope that it is looked upon to say that the citizens of this country, the users of this product in Belize, can be certain to have their product when they need it by the companies in Belize that produce this sugar, and Santander being one of the major players. So we do want that level of consideration, and we hope that it's a situation where we provide at a lower price, definitely, than what that refined imported sugar is looking to put forth.
The Minister of Agriculture, who played a major role in the recent negotiations between the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association and ASR-BSI, also came under a lot of heat during the days when the cane farmers protested. The leadership of the BSCFA criticized the Prime Minister for an issue they felt was poorly handled. At one point, the farmers even blocked his exit and access to his vehicle after one of the meetings. But today, the Minister of Agriculture did not feel that there were any losses in terms of his party's popularity in the north.
I don't see it as losses. I see it as farmers' frustration to want to end this long-standing problem. And many of those people that tried to keep me from bringing my vehicle are UDPs too, which I don't have a problem with, because if I was in opposition, I would do the same thing. Right? I did the same thing when I was in opposition. So I don't see it as a problem. What is important, I think, that we solve the problem for now, and we solve it decisively. Now, moving forward, to me, I believe one of the most important things that can impact this industry is that Commission of Inquiry, because it sets the base for fair and transparent agreements. It will bring forward empirical data that is required for the farmers and the miller to have a sound and fair agreement. And it also sets the base for a modern, updated, and fair legislation.
After the break, Artisan Alley open for business. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
The UDP wants Belizeans to forgive and forget 13 years of incompetence, greed, and corruption. They ignored the cries of our farmers and neglected our productive sector. But things are different now. This government cares about our farmers. We opened new markets so our livestock producers could benefit. We lobbied with Mexico for inclusion in a Sembrando Vida project. So far, 2,000 farmers have received technical assistance and grants to improve and expand their farms. We opened the rice mill in Big Falls, closed under the UDP, and now our rice growers in Toledo are thriving. Some people are made for talking, but they never get anything done. This is a government that works. In March, in every municipality, let's keep moving forward. Stay up on track with the PUP.
Pay early and enjoy savings on your 2024 property taxes. From now until March 31, 2024, take advantage of huge property tax discounts being offered by your Belize City Council. Prepay your annual property tax by January 31, 2024 and enjoy a discount of 15%. Pay by February 29 and benefit from a 10% discount. And by March 31, a 5% discount. And for senior citizens, we're giving even more this year with a whopping 35% discount on the property you reside in, applicable all year long. Please note that these incentives apply only to property owners who are current with their account. For more information on these incentives, visit the Belize City Council's Facebook page or give us a call at 227-3073. Remember, we're here to serve you. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered-up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
It's not only that the PUP has been bad for Belize in central government and all municipalities they control, it's also that the United Democratic Party is serious and ready for the job. In every municipality, the UDP team has been on the ground, bringing the message of hope, hearing the concerns of residents, and fine-tuning the plan to fix what's wrong. In Punta Gorda, the team is led by former Deputy Mayor Franklin Cranca Polonio. In Dangriga, retired Marine Corps Sergeant Hubert Lucas heads the party slate. In Belmopan, seasoned educator Jacqueline Burns is the woman in charge. In San Ignacio, Santa Elena, 3-term Mayor Earl Trapp heads the team, which includes incumbent Councillor Bernadette Fernandez. In Benque Viejo, educator Marco Tesocum leads the UDP slate. In Orange Walk, the experienced Enrique Carballo is in charge. In Corozal, it is educator Ricardo Ake. In San Pedro and Burgess, educator and preschool pioneer Wilfredo Alamia, and the Belize City team is led by Dr. Nelma Jones Mortis, with competent and dedicated women and men in all 7 tongues and 2 cities, and a party leadership committed to the nation and people of Belize. The UDP is serious and ready to manage the affairs of our municipalities and country. The time is now.
Downtown Belize just got a little more colorful with the opening of its newest addition, the Artisan Alley. The Belize Tourism Board, in partnership with the Belize City Council, has opened what they hope will be a new hub for tourist activity in the city. Today we attended the inauguration ceremony to hear what the alley is all about.
The Fort Street Tourism Village has always been a hub of activity for visitors hailing in from cruise ships, a one-stop place for food, souvenirs, clothes, and art. However, the surrounding areas of Fort George remained empty, an expanse of untapped potential. The BTB, along with the Belize City Council, set out to change that through the introduction of the Artisan Alley, a place to celebrate and support 18 local artists of varying crafts. A ceremony was held today to introduce the alley and all it has to offer.
And this today is another investment in people. It's not just an infrastructure development. It's not only about building these beautiful booths, having bathrooms, having a nice space. It is about investing in those persons that you see sitting here and the persons that are responsible for these booths, these artisans, these talented Belizeans that are here making sure that the tourists can appreciate what Belize has to offer. So as we invest in people, we invest in our country as well. We invest in the future of Belize. And this is what an investment, this is what a development such as this can be. It is about investing in the future, but it's also about making sure that these small business owners, these women and men who toil every single day to earn a living, an honest living, are out here and they get the partnership, they get the support from their government.
The introduction of the alley is just one of many initiatives meant to encourage support for Belizean artists and bring beauty to downtown Belize for tourists and locals.
Well, this is a combination of some months of work. This area was decrepit maybe a year or so ago, and we started to clean up the entire area. And we believe that any good tourist area should have a craft market. It's all over the world. You can experience anywhere you go to. And so this is the first step in creating those types of experiences. We're going to improve the street out here, and then we want to do the area by the lighthouse that has eroded tremendously, and so we want to uplift that. But we have some ideas out here, and we're talking to some architects about some potential projects to uplift this area as well.
The alley is already bustling with activity, with jewelry and clothing stands, as well as handmade wooden figurines. We spoke with Frank Malik, an artist that specializes in handmade wooden carvings, to hear his hopes for this new endeavor.
I'm doing this over 30 odd years now.
And what does it mean to you to be a part of the Artisan Alley?
It's very great because I'm proud of making my own money.
What are your hopes for this endeavor?
I pray for more tourists stop by so everyone can make enough money.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
The tourism industry is perhaps as diverse as it is vulnerable. There is a potential for a marriage between tourism and entirely different industries. And that is exactly what Belize is now contemplating. Today, the Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, explained to reporters the possibility of Belize exploring agro-tourism.
A new theme that's being discussed around the world is agro-tourism. There are many beautiful farms in Belize that tourists would like to see. And across the country, especially on the hills, right? I mean, you know that there are tourists that have never seen a bull ride or a rodeo. I have people that was at the agriculture show last year and was at the rodeo and said that they have never seen people ride a bull, and they were very amazed. Well, there are people that have never seen a cornfield. They've never seen agriculture, they've never seen pigs being fed, they've never seen how harvesting is done. And so agrotourism is an area that's rapidly catching on, and I believe that Belize, being what it is, could benefit from agrotourism.
And while the government and the Ministry of Agriculture contemplate diversifying, one other area they are thinking to venture into is the production of African palm oil, particularly in southern Belize, which has seen farmers enter into coconut byproducts and grains.
I believe that one other option is African palm oil, although the environmentalists have a little concern about it, because in other countries, when they planted African palm oil, they had to clear a lot of land. In this case, it's not that, because the lands are very cleared for citrus. It's just replacing the dead orchards with another product, right? And so I am for the investment summit. The Guatemalans were here. They have interest to plant African palm oil. I was there over the weekend for the livestock expo, and again I met the people and they're asking us, "Are you serious? Do you want us to invest in Belize in African palm oil?" We had excellent presentation from the Guatemalans for the expo, for the investment summit, and attract a lot of attention. But we need to push it more if that's the way we're going to go. We're just waiting for the results of that task force, and then we have to decide what do we do.
When we return, Valley of Peace gets refurbished access road.
We love our cars. They take us where we need to go and allow us to explore, work, and even make memories. RF&G Insurance prides itself in offering coverage options for you. We are pleased to reintroduce our Super Act policy. Drive with confidence, knowing that you are protected on both public and private roads. Experience outstanding service and reliable protection that is tailored to your budget. WhatsApp us at 670-8700 or visit an agent near you to learn more. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
If we all don't come together and work together to change the bigger climate picture, these efforts will be in vain.
It's right there.
I believe that we have something special that is also a secret right now, which is unexplored, undiscovered.
I've been with the sugar fishermen all morning, catching lobster and conch, and then we realized it's time for lunch. And man, it's gonna be good. I think they deserve it.
For 3 full years, Briceño and his PUP government have punished Belizeans, taking away our food pantry, cutting school feeding programs, slashing all social safety net programs. Cost of living has gone through the roof with the oppressive taxes they're extracting from us at the fuel pump. PUP Tongue and city councils have neglected and abandoned garbage disposal and maintenance of streets and drains. Now that municipal elections are upon us and general elections are near, we see hurry-come-up infrastructure works in towns and cities they control. They're announcing waiver of petty fees at some hospitals and clinics. We can expect minor decreases in fuel and a few handouts here and there. We might even get a little Christmas cheer this year. But once we give them another term in municipal and central government, they will tighten the noose once again. So don't let them fool us this time. We've suffered too much, they have done too little for us, and now it's too late to make it up. It's time to vote them out.
Too much, too late to ever try again.
Earn V-Bucks and get a chance to win a $10,000 homecation with Benny's. Quality and savings.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
The official opening of the newly rehabilitated access road to Valley of Peace community took place today. Funding for the 4.5-mile gravel road project was provided by the Green Climate Fund and was done as part of the Resilient Rural Belize project in the Ministry of Economic Development. The road serves a profoundly important purpose to the farmers of the community who grow a significant percentage of the perishable goods that Belize consumes. News 5's Marian Ali was present for the symbolic cutting of the ribbon. Here's that report.
The symbolic and traditional gesture of cutting the ribbon to mark an accomplishment today was for the opening of one of the agriculture industry's most important piece of roads. Although it measures only 4.7 miles, the Valley of Peace Access Road is used to transport a significant amount of the freshly harvested perishables that Belizean farmers produce.
Can you imagine transporting papayas, which are perishables, on a rough road full of holes? You get a lot of rejects, you have a lot of shrinkage, you have a lot of wastage. So this road, with that in view, the IRB, which is funding from IFAD, decided that this is the way to go. Support farmers, right? To improve the livelihood of the people that live in rural communities.
The road was constructed with some parts rehabilitated under the Resilient Rural Belize project and designed by the Ministry of Infrastructure Development. MIDH Assistant Zone Engineer for the Cayo District, Santiago Juan, delved into the technical aspect of the road construction and rehabilitation.
It was built to standards to which very few roads, at least farmer roads or feeder roads, have been built with a design. Normally we go in with our equipment and we build a road. And then whenever months later or years later, the road is upgraded. In this case, this road was designed to meet all international standards and built according to the design.
But today's opening almost didn't happen, according to the CEO in the Ministry of Economic Development, Dr. Osman Martinez, because Belize was on the verge of losing the funding opportunity from the funding agency.
The Resilient Rural Belize project was established back in 2016, and so the time of the implementation of the project should have been 5 years. So meaning that by 2021 the project should have been completed. It was a $40 million project. And so in 2020, at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we received a letter from IFAD saying IFAD is the implementing agent for the Resilient Rural Belize program. And the letter stated that the implementation rate was less than 1%. Salary, the project practically just paid for salaries, vehicles, operational costs, but zero implementation. So they were recalling the funds, saying, okay, this is a project that is on a problematic stage, therefore we have to recall it. There are millions and millions of dollars that that the country of Belize or the beneficiaries did not enjoy because of poor implementation, and these are the things that we are working on.
The Briceño administration requested that consideration be given and got the chance to make use of the funds. Now that the road is constructed and has reached to this point, Minister Mai expressed his hope that it will be paved before it deteriorates.
I hope, CEO and Santiago, that we don't only leave it there. It needs to be paved. We have had that experience in Guinea-Grass some years ago, where under the previous government, they upgraded the road up to paving standards and left it right there. In 1 year and a half, that road went back to where it was. money gone down the drain. We cannot continue to think like that. If we have it up to paving standards, let's find the additional money, let's pave it. I say this for Valley of Peace farmers, and I also say this for the San Carlos Road and Orange Walk, because we will reach to that point in San Carlos very soon. And I don't want to see, at least when you leave office, you have something to say, under my term, we did that. And my grandchildren will enjoy it, and my great-grandchildren enjoy it.
In order for farmers to enjoy a paved access road, however, it will require another application to the funding agency, as CEO Martinez explained.
That is the plan, that we want to pave it, and not only this one, but all the other roads, as Minister Mai clearly stated on his opening remarks, that we're practically taking this road to paving standards. And then Belize is a country, when it rains a lot, and we won't want that 3 years from now or 4 years from now these roads are disappear. No? And so we do have also a proposal going to GCF, whereby we have asked GCF for additional funding to upgrade the roads to paving standard.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
The infrastructural upgrade at the portion of road and the river crossings near Sartaneja are progressing along as planned, with the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing officials estimating that about 90% of the work on one of the new bridges is completed. Today, Chief Engineer Evondale Moody explained to News 5 that by February, people traveling to Sartaneja should be able to drive over a new bridge at Laguna Seca.
That project is a fairly large project as well. It's approximately 43 kilometers in length. That project is being financed through a loan from Taiwan, and the contract value for that project is $50 million US. That project is expected to be completed later this year, I would say maybe within the third quarter of 2024. It involves the upgrading of the entire Sartaneja Road from Corozal, crossing the two ferries, which are Laguna Seca and Pueblo Nuevo, and then terminating in Sartaneja. As I said, it's approximately 43 kilometers. To date, we have completed 20 kilometers of paving for that road, so it's approximately around 50% in terms of pavement itself, but overall construction is about 65%. Reason being is that because of the two bridges, starting with Laguna Seca, which is nearer to Sartaneja, that bridge is 100% completed.
Up next, 95% of new Halover Creek Bridge completed.
Violence against women begins in childhood. In cultures across the Caribbean, as elsewhere in the world, girls and boys in numerous ways are treated differently from the moment they're born. In adolescence, this gender divide increases significantly. Adolescent girls and boys in all their diversities begin to interact with the world in new ways, taking chances, learning skills, and experiencing unfamiliar emotions. They search for ways to stand out and belong, to find their place in society and make a difference in their world. It is during this time that girls are more likely to experience violence from people they know, family members, intimate and dating partners. In fact, high rates of intimate partner violence reported by adolescent girls are consistent with global estimates based on research on violence against women and girls. Up to 1/3 of adolescent girls have experienced forced sex. These estimates don't show the whole picture because no one wants to report it. This is shocking. The negative consequences of violence against adolescent girls are well documented and extend throughout a girl's lifetime. Such violence is committed against girls specifically because they are female and can take many forms. It distorts family life and the fabric of society with consequences that cross generations. But this cycle can be broken. Adolescence is a unique time for the prevention of family violence. Girls themselves are part of the solution, but they can't do it alone. There's still work to be done in our homes, communities, schools, and with our leaders to make sure that women and girls live free from violence and can take full advantage of their rights. Play your part.
The names of these people don't matter. Their faces don't matter. Everybody in Belmopan knows. They're only puppets for John Saldivar. A vote for any of them is a vote for John Saldivar. But Belmopan people will never forget. We remember Danny Mason. We remember Pastor Lou. We remember Lev Derman. We know what John Saldivar and his close friends did while in office. We know who John Saldivar is. In March, we are sending John and his puppets a message. We are done with them. In March, in Belmopan, and in every municipality, we will stay on track with the PUP.
If we all don't come together and work together to change the bigger climate picture, these efforts will be in vain.
It's right there.
I believe that we have something special that is also a secret right now, which is unexplored, undiscovered.
I've been with the sugar fishermen all morning, catching lobster and conch. And then we realized it's time for lunch. And man, it's gonna be good. I think they deserve it.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Enough is enough. PUP got to go.
This January senior PUP government that easily the most corrupt, incompetent and lied administration ever in the history of Belize. They lied to the Finstein group that they want to get to our port. They lied to the Get group that they want to get to our port. They lied to the Ashcraft group that they want to get to our port. They even lied to the sugarcane farmers and BSI about resolve the sugar crisis. And they lie every day to the Belizean people about the rising cost of living. Now, municipal elections, they come in a March and they want to try lie their way back in the office again. But this time, the Belizean people set for them like snake. No more corruption, no more lies. Enough is enough. PUP gots to go. UDP, that the only hope for Belize.
PUP got to go.
People they punish, people they suffer out there, and thousands of people they suffer out there.
The new Halover Creek Bridge is nearing completion. Initially scheduled to be completed at the end of 2023, a new date has been set for the end of January. That is less than 2 weeks from today. The project began in October 2021. To date, 95% of the structure has been completed. Additionally, 92% of the government's $31 million budget to construct the bridge has been used. We spoke with Evondale Moody, the chief engineer at the Ministry of Infrastructure Development, who informed us that motorists can expect an official opening in February.
Outstanding right now, it's only the completion of the roundabout, because we had to build a new roundabout at the northern end of the bridge in an effort to accommodate the marina. There's a marina on the right hand side going north that has seen significant development over the recent 2 years. And so in an effort to accommodate those development in that area, we saw the need for us to incorporate a new intersection. It's a kind of unique intersection because it has an additional lane that has to originate from the marina. In addition to that, we have the pedestrian safety rail that is outstanding. We've had some slight delays in terms of the shipment of materials for the rails, and so we have some delays in completing the pedestrian safety rail for the bridge structure, but we expect that will be completed by February.
According to Moody, on January 25th, the old Halover Creek Bridge will be closed. He explained that the closure is necessary to connect the new structure to the highway. As a result, for the first time since construction began, traffic will be diverted onto the new structure on that day.
Technically, you can drive over the bridge. However, our expectation is that we will allow traffic to move over the bridge, we believe, on the 25th of January. We are scheduling that date because we still need to do the hot mix surface pavement on top of the deck, which is basically the wearing course for the bridge deck. We expect to finish that on the 24th of this month. And in an effort to tie in the southern approach of the bridge, which is the section going towards Belize City, we have to close the old bridge because of the elevation of the new alignment coming off the new bridge. It will interact with the old alignment because it's higher, and so you will not be able to use the old bridge on the 25th. On that date, we will shift traffic to the new structure, even though we will have some minimal work to do. We will have to work with the traffic traversing that area commencing on the 25th of January.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.